Happy Friday, Illiana community. And actually, it is Good Friday when this is airing. So on behalf of Illiana, we want to wish you a Good Friday as we remember what Jesus did for us. And then the Easter that we celebrate is rising from the dead. So on behalf of us, a little shout out to everybody. Have a great
Happy Easter
weekend. Today, we actually have a new member to our podcast.
A guest.
Member. Easy there.
Pump the brakes.
So Cassie Searsma, who is our development director, is kind of off camera, but she is live mic. So say hi to everybody.
Hello, everyone.
She's going to help us as our topic is burning questions.
Yeah, I like this one.
We'll get there. But since it's Easter, a trivia question
Okay.
for you, focusing on Easter. Why does Easter always fall on different dates? Like Christmas is always December 25. Why does Easter rotate?
Yeah, well, Easter rotating is a little bit tough for me because it messes a little bit with my sports schedule because it's always moving around. But it does have to do, I believe, with the moon.
It does.
And you might have more specific language on this one, but it has to do with the moon cycles, yes?
The first full moon on or after the spring equinox.
There you go. I never would have got to the equinox part, but there you are.
So happy Easter, everyone. It's a great time to remember what Jesus did for us. So lots to be thankful for.
Yeah.
So burning questions. Before we do that, because
Do we get sponsored?
We get sponsored. I don't know if we did fully, but Snickers satisfies. So we're rolling with Snickers. And you know what? When you get a little hangry sometimes, you just need a little Snickers. And I was a little hangry this morning, so we're jumping right into it.
You know who loves Snickers? It's
Mr. Peter Boonstra.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, Cassie, what do you got for us? Burning questions.
Yes. So I think now you guys have already addressed this, but I just kind of wanted to bring it up again. So football, is this was that an April Fool's joke, or is it really, really happening? Are we finally getting football at Illiana Christian
It's really happening. And
they caught us.
Yeah.
April
that would
Fools.
have been one of the worst pranks ever. Yeah, we actually are further down the line, I think, than people think because we haven't made a ton of announcements about it, but we've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. There's a lot of communication, working on hiring a coach. And so we have been actually very active since we made that announcement. We've been active at it for actually a while.
Yep.
But just have been maybe in a little stall between big announcements. But we'll have some coming up pretty soon.
Yep. It's happening.
Mm-hmm.
You may even see something next fall.
Yep.
So stay tuned.
Friday Night Lights is going to be great.
It will be.
Okay, so in light of this new football program, Illiana has typically had homecoming during basketball season.
Yeah.
The rest of the world does homecoming
Wow.
during football season.
Rest of the world.
Rest of the world, everybody else.
Everybody else. We're special in that way, I guess.
Yeah.
So the burning question is, since we will have football now, will homecoming switch seasons?
Yeah. That's a good question. We actually talked about that, I want to say a couple of months ago. I can't remember if I brought up or somebody else did, but homecoming is a very special time here. And it's a great community event. There's a lot of people that get together, get here, watch a basketball game. So and as of right now, we want to keep it where it is. I don't know if down the road, if we do decide to make a change, there'd be a lot of things to consider. But for the moment, it's going to stay as is in the winter.
Absolutely. Homecoming is equivalent to basketball at Illiana Christian High School.
Love it. Great.
My opinion.
Okay, great. So then another kind of moving question, I guess. Since moving to Indiana, right, in our new Dyer campus, we've had graduation typically, I think for maybe one of the years during the COVID years, we had it outside on the on the soccer field.
Yep.
Or football field.
Or football field, right?
Both.
But now we have this new place called the Auditorium. So once that's completed, do we think that graduation will be moved inside? What are your thoughts on that?
This is a burning question that has come up a lot recently in some of our meetings, and I don't know if there's any consistent answer to that yet. We're still discussing it. The problem with the auditorium is we can still fit more people outside than we can in the auditorium. The auditorium will fit 1,100 people.
Yep.
So you put 175 graduates in there, and then you have 70 staff. Some board members, you really start eliminating how many people can fit. But Outside, you can fit a lot more people. So like this year, our plan is to do it outside. And then if it rains, then probably would be the place to move it back inside.
Yeah.
The numbers, and we could do it. You would just have a lot less people be able to come. We're still evaluating that.
The setup is always intense.
It is.
And I've seen it firsthand how much it takes to set up the outdoor facility for the audio, for the video, for the seating, all of that. But on a beautiful night, you can't beat it.
When you get the fireworks, those are hard to
You get the
light off
fireworks.
inside.
We could do it inside
True.
the auditorium.
I don't think so. No.
We could do some sparklers.
Yes, you will. I don't know if insurance will allow that, but that's all right.
Okay, so speaking of our new auditorium, when will that be completed? I know we've kind of tossed around a couple of dates, but
Great
a little bit about that.
burning question. And I don't have a specific target date. We're looking, it kind of fluctuates a little bit. We did get some good news that some things that had longer lead times aren't as long as we thought. So we're hoping February.
That'd be in time for
Next
the spring
February, in
musical.
time for the spring musical, in time to get in there and learn how to use it, in time for the spring musical. But as always, that's flexible based on a whole lot of things that are in our control and some of them that are not in our control.
So a follow-up question, the auditorium compared to the addition we just put on, why is the timeline so comparable to something that is, in terms of square footage, smaller than what we just put on?
There is an enormous amount of technology in that building that is, you need to be precise between all the sound, the acoustical stuff, lighting, video, even just the excavation is, you got to get the specific angle of the rake. I mean, there's so much to it. It's not building a box.
Yeah.
It's just a very technologically specific space. And it'll be absolutely amazing when it's done, and we're thrilled. But yeah,
Good things take time.
it does.
Yep.
And you want to do it right. And that was been our goal all along.
It's looking great in there, though.
It is.
It's doing great.
Yeah.
Side note, if anyone wants a tour, I can kind of sneak you in. So see me.
Cassie.
Mm-hmm.
Cassie, yeah. Great. All right. Well, then talk a little bit about what enrollment is looking like for the 2025-2026 school year. I know I give tours all the time, and people are always asking, what's enrollment looking like for the following year?
It's a great question. We're looking to be pretty similar to this year. Right now, we're actually at 602 students. We're budgeting for 610 next year. The estimate I got yesterday was we should be between 615 and 620. We had some smaller partner school classes this year, but then the following year we're projected to go up again. We should probably be at 700 in about 3 years.
It's amazing.
Amazing. So it is amazing.
I remember first year we moved out here, I want to say we were just a hair above 400 students.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. God's been good.
Oh, totally. All right. Then maybe this is a more funner. That's not a word.
No, we can do
more fun
funner.
question.
I like funner.
How many detentions or how many times did you guys get in trouble when you were here at Illiana?
My answer is going to be so much worse than Lance's.
I love it.
You go ahead first.
I didn't have any. I was a rule follower on every level. I don't even think I was late for a class once because I was so scared.
on.
I know.
Yeah.
So no detentions. Wasn't late. Yeah. Darren, how about you? How'd that go? I think I may have given you one.
I was less of a rule follower. I don't know about a number of detentions, but I had a
look that
couple.
up.
I had a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd you get one from?
Nothing awful.
No?
I would say nothing awful. I might have been a little bit mischievous, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but nothing that was.
You were always talking to people behind you in class.
Yeah, you remember that.
I
Still,
do
don't you?
remember
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. Lance has a good memory with
Uh-huh.
that stuff.
Do you remember who you got a detention from? Are any of those teachers still here?
I still remember. Well, I don't know specifically, but I remember Frau would always supervise. Right, she would run the detentions, and 7 o'clock. If you're not in that room at 7, the door's shut. And I do remember one time sprinting down the hall, second floor in the Lansing campus. And as the clock hit 7, I remember seeing the door shut probably 10, 15 feet away from me as I'm running, and door was locked, and that was it. Had to make it up another time.
Whoops.
Yeah, didn't mess around.
Shout
In
out to
full
Frau.
disclosure, though, I did
Yeah.
get caught cheating once.
Oh,
Huh.
Freshman year.
Maybe we should talk about that.
On what?
Maybe we shouldn't. The teacher was incredibly gracious to me.
Yeah.
It was one of those where I shared a paper.
Okay.
So don't do that, kids.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, maybe in light of that, talk about a little bit about why there are no locks on the lockers. Because again, when we do tours, people are always asking,
Yeah.
"Wow, there's no locks on the lockers."
Yeah.
You talk about that.
I think it's a testament to what we value here, and I think it's not a statement of us being this perfect school, but it is a place where we do trust people, and I think people trust each other. I don't know if there's ever been a time where we've had locks on lockers, but to be able to walk down the hallway and know that you don't have to lock up your stuff because you're afraid someone's going to take what's there. The fact that we don't have that, I think, is a pretty cool thing.
I mean, we have kids who steal stuff. I think there's one practical reason is when our kids don't use locks or lockers very often anymore. They have these backpacks that are 400 pounds.
Yep, they look like turtles.
But I think it is a mentality of we're going to trust you until you prove untrustworthy, and then we'll deal with you. It's just a different mindset of I'm going to look. It's not I'm not trusting you. It's we're going to trust you. We're going to try and treat you like an adult. And if we'll deal with you if you don't act like one.
On a very practical level too, it's also saves time not having to open up locks.
You have to remember a combination.
Get your stuff. You got to remember a combination. Yeah.
Sure. I can remember their pins anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, I can barely remember my own.
Yep.
Okay, so do we have any open teaching positions? I know we were looking for some teachers, but maybe talk to some filled positions or new teachers that are coming next year. I mean, maybe you can't give names, but some
we are
positions.
fully staffed for next year. We found our two positions we needed, and we'll make an announcement on that pretty soon. That might be another podcast.
Yeah, that could be a good one.
But yeah, we're fully staffed.
And then year after that, we have another wave of student coming in.
Correct.
We have to hire some more.
Love that. Well, you'll have to tune into the next podcast to hear about that.
Love that plug.
All right. This one is a very burning question, I would say. What is the Ebenezer stone and why?
I told her I'm going to throw that right back on Cassie. Cassie, what is the Ebenezer stone, and where is this stone, first of all?
Sure. So the stone, the Ebenezer stone, is at the beginning of the commons or the end of the commons, whichever way you're coming from.
What's it made out of?
I have been told it's made of basalt. I'm not sure what that word means, but it's a kind of stone, I guess.
Where's it from?
Basalt. It's from Washington State. And if you have read, well, I'm sure most of you read, but 1 Samuel 7 talks about how he has raised this Ebenezer stone to talk in the testament of God's faithfulness and what they've brought them here. So it was brought to us from Washington State, and it is similar to when Samuel raised it. We raised it in the testament of how far and how wide and how deep the Lord has brought us. So
absolutely, and
it's one of my
pretty good.
Yeah,
that was great.
Thank you.
Did you know it has its own foundation in our building?
I didn't know that.
It's so heavy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember Peter saying once how much it weighed, but I forgot that.
I forget. It is a great reminder of how faithful God is. And every day when you walk in this place, you see it. Amazing.
It's very cool.
All right, we got time for one more, Cassie. Give us one more burning question.
Ooh, okay, maybe talk about what you do in the summer, because I feel like there's a lot of impressions out there that we don't work in the summer.
We don't do.
No, I don't work. No, I stay at home.
Specifically, what do you do in the summer? You at the beach, or
you go ahead first.
Where we at?
We actually do a lot of work in the summer. I think that is a misnomer. Yeah, some of our faculty aren't here every day, but we have roughly, I think we counted 27, 28 staff members who are here almost every day. There's a lot of work that goes on in the summer to prepare for a school year. You got to wrap up the school year. You got to prepare for the school year. You make new policies. You got to get the building ready. We're always adding things. I always call policies are huge in the summertime. You're preparing new staff for the year. You're looking at curriculum. So sometimes it's a different pace for sure, but we're really busy in the summer dealing with a lot of different things. We can get away a little bit. We always head up to the cottage a little bit, but I like the pace. you could actually really get some stuff done, because sometimes you're in your office and you just deal with stuff all day long. People are coming to you, you're solving
Putting out
problems,
fires.
you're putting
Yeah.
out fires, and I always say you have a list of what you want to get done in a day, and you probably get to 2 of them
Mm-hmm.
before you got to fix other things, and it's a little more quiet. But it is definitely a very, very busy time.
Yeah.
Summer.
For sure. No, with athletics, it's just kind of the small window where, you're not going to have students. So if you have to have facility improvements at all, same thing for me, writing new policies, getting ready to introduce them to the next year, schedules, there's all sorts of stuff.
And we got camps here. We got Viking Academy for 3 weeks. I mean, we have camps at night. We have this building's always used.
Yeah. The gym's used probably till 9:00 throughout the summer.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's a busy time. We're here 12 months of the year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Cassie, thanks for the questions, and thank you.
Yeah.
And again, have
Great
a
guest.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
yeah,
I
you
love
might-
it.
This might be
I didn't get a Snickers, but I guess that's
that's my
okay.
bad. Have a great Easter weekend.
Yeah.
We have a lot to be thankful for. So thank you.